Hello, and welcome to today's update on my development stream. So, bit of progress today. I rolled the random wheel to development and I landed on buildings. So, I came and implemented a building I've been working on, or rather, I've had some art for. In this case, it was the Village Hall. Now, this particular piece of artwork you may recognize has been stolen from, I think, Age of Empires 2, but it doesn't matter. It's just placeholder. This is not mine. I don't own it. Um, but what I think might be interesting is to show you the sort of process I went through of um, taking the art. I then created an under construction version because I don't want to have a building sprite. That's too much for a small indie developer like me. But what I can have is a sort of under construction sprite with the building half finished, and that's just helps the player visually. There's still construction going on here. So I created that. I then pasted it onto each of the different tile backgrounds. We've got the generic versions. So this is the one. This is a village hall that's being built in a swamp. Does it make sense? It kind of works. It's a bit weird the way it's hovering, but that's just artifact of a different way the art's been done. So did all this in Aseprite, which was quite straightforward. I had to play around with layers a little bit to get the two slides together, but it worked out quite neatly and quite quickly. So that was quite good. Next up, I then had to import it. Import all of these sprites for each of the different biome types into GMS. And then I had to build the object, which meant adding it into the list of buildings you can build. We then had to assign the construction types. So that basically says what, if you're building it, what's the building type for that? So there's a building type for it being finished and a building type for it being under construction. That's just the way I've got it working at the moment. Things like I had to put in a cost associated with it. I decided it should cost some steel because it's kind of an upgrade building. It leads into a higher tech of building options. So a little bit of steel seemed reasonable. We've got some descriptions to go into the build menu. These are just sort of utility scripts for creating the formula that goes into the build options menu. Those all had to be populated. And then also I had to put it into the script for basically setting what the outputs of the hex is. So the way I've got it set up, it searches local areas and it will have the following effects. In this case, if it finds the village hall within 3 tiles, it's going to add a small local happiness modifier. And what that means that every cycle, your settlers are going to get happier if they live within 3 tiles of this village, which is great. So we've got a gameplay mechanic associated directly with building this village hall. So you've got a reason to build it. It leads to a higher tech, and it's we have sprites associated with it. So it's working in game. So I'll just give you a little demonstration. So here we are in game. So first thing we should notice, I've already built one, but we'll come back to that in a second. We can open up our build menu, and it's on there. It's only got the mine sprite in there. I still need to sort that out, but basically, I need to sort out some text here as well, and put the cost at the bottom here so that you know what you're paying for. But that's fine. That's building, so that's a under construction variant. That's understood. And if we come and have a look now at this using GMS's excellent sort of testing and bug fixing tools, we should be able to have a look at this selected instance, which is adjacent to a town hall, and find the local happiness modifier has become positive. So what have we achieved this session? We've gone from having a sprite to getting that sprite showing in game. It's having the effect that we wanted it to have, and it's interacting with the system so we can give it an order to build it, and we can apply the cost of actually building it, all in the course of a 2-hour session. So I think that's pretty good progress. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll be back tomorrow.